Hi guys, join us to see these 4 amazing must-see Paris restaurants you must go to when you go next to Paris.
Come with us to Les Editeurs, where we had an amazing onion soup and œuf mayonnaise, followed by...
We've got the beef tartare, and we've also got the pork sausage and mash. Wow.
Decided to finish off our evening with a fantastic creme brulee. It was possibly the best creme brulee I've ever had. That concludes our meal at Les Editeurs, where we had a phenomenal meal, electric atmosphere, starting strong with the onion soup, which was phenomenal, as well as the œuf mayonnaise, which also hit the spot. This then was followed by beef tartare and the sausage and mash, which was just absolutely amazing. I think I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10.
I go along with that, 9 out of 10, 100%, and also we even had some champagne. Next stop, Le Prince Racine.
This evening we decided to go with some true French classics of boeuf bourguignon and confit de canard with a nice gratin. This was then followed by the baba rum and some ice cream.
And let's not forget the bottle of rosé, Catherine.
Absolutely.
Les lampadaires jaillissent comme des étoiles fatiguées. Je caresse un café froid dans ma main. Les souvenirs dansent un vieux gramophone qui s'endort. Oh, mon amour dans ce jazz rétro. Les notes flottent comme notre passé. Tes doigts sur ma joue, le bruit des clés de piano. Je reste prisonnière.
Hello everybody, we have just had a wonderful meal at Le Prince Racine here in the Saint-Germain area. This was actually a stunning restaurant from my perspective. It was relaxed. We had the opportunity to just chill. We weren't rushed. We just could take our time. Now we only ordered 2 courses. We got 2 mains and we got a dessert, which from my perspective, I really enjoyed my main. So I got the confit de canard, so the confit duck, which for me was absolutely delicious. It came with a potato gratin, which had the most wonderful flavouring. You really could taste the flavouring in that, and the duck was beautifully done from my perspective. What did you have, Paul?
I had the beef bourguignon main course. It was very, very nice. Don't get me wrong, it was probably a bit too hot for it. But it had everything what it was there for, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would say it was very good. But for me, the most important thing really was the experience of the sort of atmosphere, and also with regards to the view.
Yes.
So if you like people watching like we do, it's a perfect spot.
Also, you know, the doors were open, so you're getting the lovely breeze and the heat. It didn't feel overcrowded. It felt actually really a great atmosphere.
Yeah, so quite classy, quite chilled, quite laid back and relaxed. I also had, what dessert did I have?
The bamoraba.
Yeah.
Sorry, the rum baba.
What I'm going to say is if you like your alcohol, it's the one. I'm sure you pretty much had it as well. So it was good enough. Don't know if it didn't have the alcohol, probably a bit too, probably say too basic or too dry, but you can certainly taste the rum in there, which was quite good.
Yeah.
The bottle of rosé as well, don't we?
Yeah, and I had 2 scoops of ice cream, which for me in this heat, I've been struggling in the heat. The ice cream were just perfect. They were cool, they were light, and they were really good ice creams. I had a vanilla and a butterscotch, which were just stunning.
So would you recommend the place to go if you were sort of
definitely 100%. Saint-Germain, I think, in general, is an area where you can find a lot of good restaurants. And Le Prince Racine was one of those ones where I think if you're wanting some of the traditional French dishes like boeuf bourguignon or confit de canard or beef tartare, you can find them at Le Prince Racine. They've also got a range of starters. We just weren't in the mood for starters this evening.
Yeah, and they do the charcuterie boards, they do the cheese board, but we just like to have like cheese and charcuterie with ham and stuff like that, ham on.
At lunch, yeah.
At lunch, sort of, so we were sort of cheesed out as such. But if you said to me a perfect spot for people watching, not intrusive either, chill there, couple of glasses of wine, I think you'd be perfect for lunch as well,
Yeah.
to be honest.
What would you give it out of 10?
I would give it a solid 8. Now, most of it is with regards to atmosphere. I thought the food was good. Do I think it's very, very good? I wouldn't say it's very good, no, but I would say it's a good, solid, but with atmosphere and location, and also regards to the sort of viewing spot, it's up to the 8.
I would match that. I would say probably 8 as well.
I thought you were going higher.
I think 8 is good for the just taking the price into consideration. I thought 8, maybe I'd push 8.5 out of 10. But I thought the key thing going through for me was a very good food, but also for me the atmosphere was great and I didn't feel rushed. I felt relaxed. I felt chill, which is what you want if you've had a busy day of sightseeing in Paris. You don't want to be rushed out, like seen as a number and the next table waiting.
We pretty much finished our sort of even desserts, and we still have a bit of wine left, but they were sort of asking us for more water. Do you want any water? And it didn't feel rushed at all. So even actually sort of just sitting down for that extra 25 minutes, 20 minutes, it just does help, doesn't it?
The one thing I would recommend, which I've noticed a lot of restaurants do, and not necessarily everyone asks for if you're not French, is the carafe of water. This is free table water, free tap water. It is completely for free.
Yep.
And they will refill it.
Yeah, and it's good water, by the way.
And it's good water. It's drinkable water.
It's not the water we get down in like London or certain parts of the UK.
This is proper good water, and so you can.
And you can save some money that way.
Yeah,
let's be honest. If you've got family,
it probably
couples.
costs you a lot more to buy a bottle of still water than it is to get a carafe d'eau. So that's the phrase for a carafe of water, or you can probably just say a carafe of water if your French is not that good. But a carafe d'eau, a lot of restaurants in France and good restaurants, not tourist restaurants, will do a carafe of water.
Yeah, and even we went for at lunchtime, we just went to a bar. The average prices, you know, for your Coca-Colas and stuff like that, we saw it was €6.60, something along the lines.
Yeah, it was about that, and it was 8,
a small glass of wine was €7.
Yeah.
So guess what I think? So you can tell, that's for sure. But yeah, for me, it was just if it was cheaper, then obviously probably get the Coca-Cola. But I was thinking, do you know what? For an extra less than €1, I'm definitely going to have the wine choice. That's for sure.
Right, we're going to go and chill and relax. We've had a busy day today, and we will check you all tomorrow.
Au
Bye for
revoir.
now.
And come with us to Café de Luce. Absolutely amazing, by Montmartre, a hidden gem, a must visit. We decided to do the formula menu, which was 2 courses for €20. There was also the alternative option of 3 courses. We shared a starter of œuf mayonnaise, which was a herb-infused œuf mayonnaise, and absolutely divine. I think my face at the end says it all as to how good it was. And then main courses, we had the croque monsieur, and then we had that sausage and mash. Absolutely unbelievable. Look at the way it just cuts the sausage, absolutely amazing. And look how creamy that mash is, no lumps whatsoever. And then followed by the well-baked chocolate fondant, yummy yummy. We're just missing that dollop of ice cream.
Hello everyone, we've just had a wonderful lunch at Café de Louvre in Montmartre. We'll put the link to the restaurant in the description below. We had a fantastic lunch. Well, I certainly felt like it was a fantastic lunch. We decided to go for the formula menu, which there were 2 options for. You could either get the 2 course or you could get the 3 course. We went for a 2 course, and what we decided to do, which suited us considering that it's a hot day and we've also got a dinner this evening, is we shared a starter. We each had a main, and then we shared a dessert. So it was a 2 course. So theoretically, the starter was for Paul, and he had a main, and then I had a main and then a dessert. So my 2 course was a main and a dessert, which you can do. And they've got no problem with you sharing the starter or the dessert. She even bought us an extra spoon just in case the other person wants to try. So
That's a little bit of a thing, isn't it, with regards to in France, obviously Spain. Obviously, a lot of people obviously share tapas. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
I think the French have changed that attitude.
Yeah.
From previous years.
We've done it a few times where we've shared a dish. They've got no problem with it, as long as you are paying the right amount and you both getting a main course. We found that we've shared a few dishes, haven't we? and there's been no problem.
Exactly, there's been no issue. We had the start. We had the egg mayonnaise.
Yeah, the œuf mayonnaise, which was for me phenomenal.
Was.
It
Yeah.
was so light. So if you're thinking it's hot in Paris at the moment, you're not wanting an overly heavy starter, or generally you don't eat very heavy things, the œuf mayonnaise is a great one because it is very light, but the flavors of the œuf mayonnaise are delicious. They're light, they're delicate, and the mayonnaise that you get on the œuf mayonnaise is not like a mayonnaise and you get in America or that you get in the UK. It's proper homemade mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's certainly the best we've ever had. Well, for me personally, I can't say about you, Catherine,
Yeah.
but it is about myself. That's the best mayonnaise I've ever had.
I would actually agree, because I've not had mayonnaise like that before.
Main courses, so it was a bit of contrast, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was the one thing where we felt was a bit strange. So Paul got the sausage and the mash, which is not like your typical British sausage and mash. It was fantastic. The mash had amazing flavour, and there were no lumps. It was phenomenal mash. The sauce and the sausage were just super flavoursome, and I would have that again in a heartbeat. For someone like me who doesn't have a big appetite, it was the perfect portion size. And I think you also felt it was a good portion size for you, and you've got a bigger appetite than me, don't you?
Yeah, it was wholesome.
Yeah.
So you don't need any more than that. The sausage was phenomenal. The mash was unbelievably. So clear, so there was no lumps in it. Had a little bit of leek in there as well. Done to perfection. But the other main course
which we
opposite.
got was the croque monsieur, and the thing was, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It had very little flavour. So it wasn't. There was nothing wrong with the cookery of it.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with. It wasn't absolutely terrible, but the flavour was a bit lacking. I had to sometimes dip the bread into what was left of his sauce to get any kind of real flavour into the dish. It's filling. It's definitely quite a filling option. And then for dessert, we had the chocolate fondant, which for me, I really enjoyed. I think, Paul, you said you felt it needed a bit more.
The fondant was really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But it just missed a little dollop of ice cream.
Okay. I didn't feel like it needed the ice
I think
cream.
if you need a little bit of dollop of ice cream just to sort of carry that through, that's the only small criticism. But obviously, on the whole, it was done.
And I think the cookery was good on the chocolate fondant. So, yeah. What would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10, when Montmartre, I think it's an ideal location for Montmartre. So if you said to me, right, okay, definitely go to Montmartre for the day, or you're going there for 4, 5, 6 hours, or even less, but you're going for lunch there, that is the spot. It's great for people watching as well, so if you like people watching.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere. And yeah, I would certainly you need to do your research. As you mostly find, sometimes you might stumble upon a hidden gem or something quality-wise. We've done a lot of research today.
Yeah.
Trying to pick the right ones. And I think we've got a good one there.
Yes.
Scores on the doors?
What are you thinking?
8.2.
Okay. I would have to say 8.2, 8.5 for me. I think if you're going to the Sacré-Cœur, which obviously is the main attraction in the Montmartre, it's only about a 6 to 7 minute walk, but keeping in mind that walk does include stairs. So it's not far from the Sacré-Cœur, but it is away from the main hubbub of the tourists. So this is not a tourist trap. You've got outside seating, so there's outside seating immediately outside of the restaurant that we had. And then there's also the outside seating that was a bit across the road, which is part of the restaurant, I think, which is probably only available in the summer, if I had to take a guess. But it was great atmosphere. The waitress was very good. She spoke English, so if your French is not very good, she was very friendly, spoke English. And actually, to be fair, the other waiter who came to bring us the wine, he also spoke English too. So I think you've got a good chance.
But again, value-wise,
and value-wise,
unbelievable.
but taking
Lunch.
the croque monsieur out of the equation, if I hadn't had the croque monsieur, I probably would have given it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, about value-wise.
Value-wise.
What was the course
formula? So it's a
formula.
formula menu. So like I said, there's 2 options. You've got you can get 2 courses or you can get the 3 courses, and I think ours was €20 for the 2 courses. I'll have to double check it. I'll put it
24. It's either 22, 24 or 20, 24.
Yeah,
I think it's 20, 24.
I'll put it in the video below me. How much exactly each one was for the formula menu. It is obviously, as a formula menu, it's a set menu, so it's a limited choice of options. Obviously, you do also have the options to go with the a la carte menu, which gives you a wider range of choices should you want to.
Yeah, but I think value for money, phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if you said that you're not going to get that in the UK,
No.
very much, the quality-wise.
Yeah.
Especially the egg mayonnaise, and also regards to that sausage and mash.
That was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But on to the next.
See you
Who
later.
knows, we might have some sort of cruise coming up
See you
on the
later.
river.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
And now, if you're wanting something close to the Louvre, come to Café Dalayrac, where you'll find crispy white wine, amazing beef tartare, fabulous beef steak, finished with a lovely coffee to end your afternoon. Bonjour from Café Dalayrac.
Bonjour.
We've just had a absolutely fantastic meal at Café Dalayrac here in Paris. This is a fantastic restaurant because the food was phenomenal. I have never had a beef tartare that I have raved about as much as this one. It was light, it was delicious, the flavour was there.
So fresh.
So fresh. The steak was also, we had steak au poivre, which was also fantastic. The steak just worked really well as an additional one. And then as a starter...
This is controversial, by the way, to let you know.
As a starter, we had the foie gras, which from me was fantastic. It was light,
so nice.
It was just gorgeous. It was simply done, which is what you want. And it really hit the taste buds and it got them zinging, and it really made me look forward to the main course, which, as I've already said, was the beef tartare. And the one great thing about this place is that it's not overly expensive. It's not a tourist trap, but yet it's so close to the Louvre.
It's a little bit hidden, isn't it?
It is a little bit hidden.
It's not sort of the main street.
It is a little bit off the beaten track. It's not right there. So most of the touristy kind of restaurants are going to be right off the Rue de Rivoli. This is not off the Rue de Rivoli. It's a bit off the hidden track, and it was marvelous. I would go back to Café Dalayrac in a heartbeat.
And it's not your typical tourist place, so
No.
we found that most 9 out of 10 were French, which you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go to these sort of tourist traps. This one is definitely not a tourist trap. This one exceeded my expectations.
Ratings? What would you give it as a rating?
The steak, for myself, we asked for it for medium rare. It did come out probably medium well, I would probably say. But with the type of steak it was a butcher steak, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a butcher steak.
The chef done the right thing by not cooking it as rare as I wanted it to be. Because it was a little bit tough, but the way it was cooked, the way it was
good
done,
flavour.
very good flavour. You could tell the quality of the beef. But would I say steak tartare is much better? Of course it is. I think it's like the steak tartare was probably 9.5 out of 10. The steak was probably a good solid 7.5.
Overall, what would you give it?
The waitress was very good. The staff was very good.
It was a very relaxed environment.
But that's what I find about, obviously, it's different because UK-wise, is that it's so laid back, so chilled. Everyone just sort of
Sat there for an hour,
relaxed.
enjoyed.
There's no pressure, there's no that sort of, you need to be in and out, pressure to leave. We literally just chilled, relaxed for a good hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
If I was going to give it a score overall, I'd probably say 8.5.
I'd probably duplicate that. I'd say 8.5 out of 10. Worth it. It is so worth it. And if you are coming to Paris and you're going to the Louvre and you're looking for a nearby place to go and eat, definitely put Café Dalayrac on your list. The list of food options should appeal to most people. There were lots of traditional French dishes on there that are popular, but then there are also some that, you know, if you're looking for something lighter, that would definitely appeal to people. So definitely take a look and enjoy.
Yeah, I think if it's a sense of this is your first time to come to Paris or France, or just will be a couple of times, this is a perfect place to go. It's a good warm up. So being here for lunch. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Next stop, one video you will not want to miss, the Champagne flowing river cruise coming next.